Hello, it's Fellonius. Do you remember back in the old days? I'm not totally sure how old I mean, but back when I was a young kid, when I got my first car, my driving license, back in those days, when we said Pimp My Ride, it was some easy things. We had some small stripes. We painted the hood matte black, just to avoid the sun dropping into the hood, and all that. That was what we did. We did some other stuff as well. We cut the springs. We put in some other springs. Like in our Volvos, we put Mercedes springs because they were just about the same size. But if you cut a ring or two, you can have very hard springs in front, which made, of course, the Volvo bounce a bit on the front. But on the other hand, if you were on some gravel roads and stuff, you could really go for it. That was how you did the rally car back in those days. But that was all we did. Perhaps we put the springs in the back, and then you have a lowrider, sort of a high rider back. But that was all. Perhaps we did some painting, but that was it. Now, Pimp My Ride has become something completely different. Now and then I see it on telly, of course, on the Discovery Channel. And I see things that, why would anyone want to make a bicycle look like that? Why do they use all those colors? They take an old car, and when I say an old car, I mean prior to 1970, of course, and they totally ruin it by putting out stuff, cutting off the roof or anything like that. That's Pimp My Ride. Well, now, the reason I started to think about this is because we don't see much of these rides around where I live. So, suddenly I saw something that I was thinking, oh, that was cool. That was precisely what I would probably do if I were like 40 years ago. It was a Toyota Civic. Now, I'm not totally sure that the name is the same in where you live, but it's one of the small Toyotas. And it was dark blue. I really liked that dark blue, by the way. It was a good color. And it had done 2 white stripes on the hood. That's it. That's all there was to it. 2 white stripes on the hood. And I was thinking, yeah, Pimp My Ride. But then I was watching and I was thinking, hold it, those rims are not the original ones, or is there? No, they probably changed the rims as well. As you probably know, the rims are the things that keeps the tires on. Yep, the tires. So I was thinking, this is strange. And I saw it was a young guy, probably, he was some sort of foreign looking, but still, it was like 20, 21. And I was thinking, yeah, that is old school. Old school PMR. This guy is actually having his car parked where I drive my bus. So I've seen that car now and then. And to be totally honest, I really like to see the development on this one. Now, he's actually pimping his car. But he's doing it old school. I'm not totally sure that he knows that it's old school, because it's a cheap version, of course. This guy doesn't seem to have a work to go to, because the car is always home or is out on the roads. But he's not working anywhere. He's not parking it anywhere else. Now he's put small stripes that is in different shapes and stuff, just like the ones that we had back in the 70s. You could even have them on your plastic models if you wanted. Oh, strange shapes, but still just one color. And he's using white still against his dark blue Toyota. And I was actually thinking, now this is how it's going to be. This is how you're going to do it. Yeah. So if you're not into pimping your ride, perhaps you should go and see how old school is going to be. I'm actually thinking about doing some small stripes on my old man's car, the Renault. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Bye.